This is a story that has been passed down in the Mandan district, located in the western part of Yamagata City, Yamagata Prefecture, Japan. Long ago, there was a poor village at the foot of Mount Shirataka in the Uzen province, deep in the mountains. The reason why the village was poor was that there were no rivers or ponds, making it impossible to cultivate rice. The villagers collected rainwater to cultivate their fields, but it was still not enough to create rice paddies. Creating rice paddies had been the long-cherished wish of the villagers. In this village lived a devout young man named Yosaiemon, who lived with his elderly mother. Yosaiemon always clasped his hands together when passing by the statue of Kokuzo-sama, the guardian deity of the village. One day, Yosaiemon had to go to the town at the foot of the mountain for an errand, which meant he would be away from the village for 2 to 3 days. When Yosaiemon descended the mountain and arrived in the town, he saw a river brimming with water. After finishing his business in town, Yosaiemon decided to take a rest by the riverside. Suddenly, he heard children's voices and a small stone hit his head. "Hey, don't throw stones around. It's dangerous. Run away." Curious about what the children were doing, Yosaiemon approached the area where the children were. There, he found a small white snake. It seemed like the children had been teasing the snake. Feeling sorry for it, Yosaiemon approached the white snake and said, "Be careful next time you come out." He gently stroked the snake. Suddenly, a beautiful young girl appeared next to Yosaiemon. The girl revealed that she was Otohime, the princess of the dragon palace, and had transformed into a white snake to play on the surface. As a gesture of gratitude for saving her from danger, she invited Yosaiemon to the dragon palace. Upon arriving at the Dragon Palace, Yosaiemon was thanked by the Dragon King and was treated to a luxurious feast like he had never seen before. Yosaiemon spent dreamlike days in the Dragon Palace, but one day, he was reminded of his village and his elderly mother. He conveyed his intention to return to the village to the Dragon King. Although the Dragon King and Otohime were saddened, they allowed Yosaiemon to choose any treasure he desired as a token of gratitude. Among the treasures in the treasure hall, Yosaimon's eyes were drawn to 2 sake flasks. He learned that they were called seeds of water. Yosaiemon thought, with these, we can create rice paddies in the village. Just as he was thinking this, he woke up from his dream. Yosaiemon was sleeping on the same riverside where he had rested. Thinking it was just a foolish dream, Yosaiemon hurriedly headed back home. Crossing over the mountains, Yosaiemon arrived at the statue of Kokuzo-sama, where he always clasped his hands together. To his surprise, there were 2 sake flasks, identical to the ones he had seen in his dream, lined up in front of Kokuzo-sama. When Yosaiemon shook the flasks, an endless flow of water poured out from them. In this way, the villagers were able to fulfill their long-cherished wish of creating rice paddies, and the village became prosperous.